Hello, thanks for clicking. I'm Mark Morse. Today I want to go over some records I received on my birthday, which was Saturday, April 27th. Um, some people got me some nice records for my birthday, and I bought myself a lot of nice records for my birthday. So I thought it'd be fun to go over these. Um, I'm going to start off with what my daughter got me. I'm going to go briefly over those because we kind of talked about that in a video we did on Friday. And so Luxie got me a couple OG mono Capitol records from the Beatles, the second album. And she also got me the mono Capitol Beatles 6. I realized when I talked about this on the video Lexi and I made on Friday, I mentioned that there were two songs that the Beatles did specifically for their North American audience, and but I didn't mention which songs they were. So on Beatles 6, they did two songs just for the North American audience. They were both Larry Williams songs, Bad Boy and Dizzy Miss Lizzie. They would show up later on other records, but from what I've read, they did that specifically for their North American audience. So I wanted to add that information to this video. This other album I got is just kind of just a crazy thing, and I love this record. What's crazy about it is it's from my friend Amy, and when we talk about records, really, she's not a record person. So when we talk about records, usually we're talking about Beatle records. So she got me a record, and I thought, I wonder what this is going to be. It turned out to be Brian Eno's Here Come the Warm Jets. And why this is just so fascinating to me is this is a record that I've been meaning to get for a while, since I've been reestablishing my record collection. This is Brian Eno, fresh out of Roxy Music, his debut solo album. I just love this record. What's crazy is Amy got this for me, and I have no idea how she decided to pick this album out, because this is just kind of an odd album to pick out randomly. She's really into aviation, and her claim is Here Come the Warm Jets because it had the word jets in it. I'm not going for that. If she wanted to do a Brian Eno album that had to do with aviation, it would be something like Ambient One music for airports or something like that. Anyway, it was such a wonderful surprise. This is just a weird and wacky, wonderful album. Just sounds fantastic. Just very glam, poppy, just some very experimental, just great stuff in here. Maybe slightly avant-garde, but just very listenable. It has just such a great sound to it. I just love this record. Brian Eno incorporated some unusual tactics when putting this record together. He brought a bunch of musicians together, some from Roxy Music, even some from King Crimson, even, and he would pair them together in ways that they were musically incompatible, is what he said. He would put them together, and two musicians together that weren't musically compatible, just to see what kind of happy accidents would happen. Anyway, I just love this record. The whole thing just sounds great. I can't remember his girlfriend's name, but I think his girlfriend was the one who did the album cover. And the rumor was Here Come the Warm Jets was like a euphemism for urination. And then there's like this little card here with the woman squatting, and so that kind of fueled the rumors about, oh, this is just a euphemism for urination. I think that might be his girlfriend out there too. Just put on a card, but Brian Eno himself said that the title song, "Here Come the Warm Jets," he described the treated guitar as sounding like a warm jet, or the guitar sounded like a tuned jet. And don't you want to listen to a song that is described as the guitar piece being a tuned jet? It's really a fantastic album. Thank you so much, Amy, for this. It's just awesome. And someday I'll find out you must have talked to one of my friends or something. Then I got some Amazon gift cards. And so I ordered my own records. And my friend Judy gave me an Amazon gift card. And I picked up Tom Waits' Nighthawks at the Diner. This is probably my first experience with jazz music, and it was such a departure for me at the time. I think this came out in 75. Oh, that Eno album came out in 74, I believe. This was such a departure for me because, I was heavy into Beatles and melody and harmonies and stuff. My brother Terry, as I've mentioned a couple times before, just a real big influence on me. He came home with this thing. And these just about all these are reissues, except for those Beatle records that Luxie got me. But I love the label on, or the label on there. My brother brought this home, and I was just so entertained by it. I found myself really liking something that normally I don't think I would like. I think because my brother liked it, I gave it a chance that I might not have given before. But Tom Waits is so funny, and he's just fun to listen to. This was recorded in Los Angeles at the record plant, and it sounds just like a jazzy nightclub or something. But what they had done is they had didn't hire people, but they invited people to come and watch a performance, and he gave basically a live performance in front of these people. It sounds so good. And this is what really turned me on to Tom Waits. I just love this record. So thank you, Judy. I know you didn't know what I was going to do with the gift card, but this is what I got. I got this. I also got another thing with that gift card, Judy. Didn't show up yet, and I'll go over it maybe in another video, but it was Paul Simon's Still Crazy After All These Years. Have it on CD, but I don't have it on vinyl. Then these other ones are records I bought for myself. I'm kind of like that. I celebrate my birthday with full gusto. So, been beefing up both my Paul Simon and David Bowie vinyl recently. I have a long way to go. All those records that I gave away, I still have them on CD, but I want them all back on vinyl. This isn't a reissue, by the way. This is the original thing. Nice little gatefold there. This has some of my favorite songs on it. It's not my all-time favorite Paul Simon record, but it does have things on here that I like. American Tune, just love that song. Loves Me Like a Rock, of course. Kodachrome, I forgot that was on you. That's a great song. Tenderness. Something So Right. Just a beautiful song. And then a song that I've always loved, kind of a silly little song, I guess. One man's ceiling is another man's floor. There's something about that song I've always loved. And so I'm glad to have it on vinyl again. This was a little present to myself. This album is pretty beat up. I haven't played it yet, but the record looks really good. So I have high hopes for it. This other record I almost didn't show because everybody has this thing. Everybody's heard enough about it and probably don't want to see it in the VC anymore. But I did get it for myself, and I'm pretty excited by it. I listened to it. It does sound really good. Again, this is obviously a reissue. David Bowie. The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Did I take... There's a little... It's not quite an OB strip, but there's a little thing that kind of explains it. It's a half-speed master. Sounds really good. Comes with the lyric sheet and stuff. There it is. I'm going to keep that in the plastic, though I don't want to make this video any longer by taking everything out. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about too much about David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust, but I'm very excited to have that on vinyl. One of the things that surprised me when I was going over the records, when I gave all my records away in the 90s, I kept some back. I originally thought it was about 40 records, but when I started going through them, it was more. I'd kept like 150 records back, and I thought for sure, because I had so many different copies of Ziggy Stardust, I thought for sure I would have saved one of them. Nope, I gave them all away. I have it on CD again, but I'm glad to have that back in the collection. Even as a reissue. Then we get to more of the silly stuff. I shouldn't call it silly. This is serious music, but you saw me with I did a little video on the soundtrack to King Kong Escapes. This is the soundtrack to the War of the Gargantuous, done by the same composer, Akira Ifukube. I'll let you look at his name just in case I'm butchering the poor guy's name. But this stuff is just so fun to me. It was Kyle from the Pleasure Den of the Absurd that made me aware of these records, and Waxwork Records. They're just so a lot of interesting stuff, especially if you come from my background where I really like these old monster and sci-fi movies. The vinyl. This is a double LP. Even the vinyl is just super fun. And then that's record 1, record 2. So just a fun little buy. Then one last thing, and this is another thing I'm not going to talk about long because I'm going to do a whole video on this. But I think it was Beetle Dave, a combination of Beetle Dave and Kyle from the Pleasure Den of the Absurd. They were talking about this Beatles Deluxe set. I bought myself this for my birthday. It's really nice, and I'm going to go over this in another video. But it comes with a Blu-ray, a DVD, and the original EPs. Super cool. Comes with a nice little book. We're going to go over that Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for there's lots of people who extended happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much. I'm one of those people who love to celebrate their birthday. Anybody around me as my birthday is approaching knows that I remind everybody that it's coming up. April 27th, 2025 will be the next birthday of Mark Moore, so go ahead and put that on your calendars. Thank you so much, Luxie, for coming back to visit me on my birthday. Thank you, everybody who thought about me, who left a comment. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody who watches these videos. Thanks for subscribing and liking. If you haven't subscribed and liked, do it for old Mark's birthday. It would mean so much to him. You know, those numbers, it makes me feel like I have some clout in the world. Otherwise, I have no clout whatsoever. So thanks again, and I'll see you all next time.